opinion.
Oh! Wow! Cool! This rules!
Sora, remember our other problem?
Whoops! Oh yeah!
Hey! Who are you?
Oh! I'm Sora.
And I'm Goofy.
Oh, but I want to take a look at the big city!
Yeah, it does seem pretty exciting.
Kingdom Hearts 3. Some people hate it, some people love it. Honestly, I'm in the middle. I can't really tell you what I do like about this game, but I can't really tell you what I don't like about it. It's like, I don't know, it's like it's mediocre. I don't want to say that it is. I'm so confused about Kingdom Hearts 3. It's like the game is great, but I can't tell you why it's not better than Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, I don't know why. I just can't tell you why it's not better. It's just not. But hey man, Too Shiny here, and you already know my motto. If it rhymes, that's when you know it's true. If you ain't living for Jesus, you ain't living at all, man. Today we're gonna be doing a Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of voiceover impressions review, whatever this is. But overall, I'm just going to be talking about my overall opinion about the game. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I don't really care what your views are. I'm just trying to let y'all know what I thought about the game, being a longtime Kingdom Hearts fan. I haven't played every Kingdom Hearts game. I've played probably the main games. I've played Kingdom Hearts 1, 2. I've played Birth by Sleep. I've played, what else? I played, oh yeah, I've played Chain of Memories. I've played Rechain of Memories. I haven't beaten Rechain of Memories though, but I have gotten close to beating Chain of Memories. And I've played, what else? I can't even really think right now, but that's pretty much the bulk of it right now. I haven't played any of the DS games, so I never owned a DS. Even though, I'm not talking about the remasters, I'm talking about the original versions of each of these games. But pretty much being a main fan of the series, Kingdom Hearts 3, I don't know, it's just not what I was expecting. I just thought that the combat was going to be a little bit more grounded, like Kingdom Hearts 2 was. I thought Birth by Sleep was probably the biggest thing that this game felt like. You know, for people that really have already played this game and gone all the way through, it feels floaty. If anybody, just like this, it feels very floaty, and the combat is just airy, and all the combos are just. You can't really even pull a combo off on the ground. You can't stay on the ground and just pull off a regular combo, to be honest. And it's just, everything you do is in the air. And even flow motion. Flow motion's very, very useful in tight situations. But overall, it's not really that important. You really don't really need to use it too much, unless it's like something you have to do. But that's a different topic for a different day. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is good. Don't get me wrong. Kingdom Hearts 3 is good. But I just can't really put my finger on why I think the game does not stand up to the big two, you know, Kingdom Hearts 2. And Kingdom Hearts 2 for me was my first Kingdom Hearts game. And all my opinions about Kingdom Hearts is going to come about from that game, and overall, that's going to be a standard for me. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is no different. I mean, I'm going to judge this game based on my favorite title. I know some people out there think Kingdom Hearts 1 may be their favorite, Birth by Sleep may be their favorite, or something like that. But I thought Kingdom Hearts 2 is the greatest Kingdom Hearts game. I highly recommend it to people that have never played Kingdom Hearts. Don't start with 3. Please start with 2, because 2 was like the best version of what Sora could do, and it just has the best combat in my opinion. It's very hard to hit your Heartless or hit your enemies in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's just, I don't know, it's like he's too small or something. But and then not to mention, they don't tell you where to go. You have to pretty much figure out where to go in Kingdom Hearts 1, and I kind of struggled through that when I played the remaster. But overall, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a good game, and the combat, I mean, it's a bit wonky, but I do like the Keyblade transformations. But the problem with all this stuff is that it's just too overpowered. I feel like I'm way too overpowered, you know? And the game pretty much felt like a breeze all the way through. And most of this game, you're going to be using Keyblade transformation, attraction flow rides. Sometimes you'll be using magic. You can use magic on the fly now, so that's a plus. And you can also dodge roll and do all the other stuff you could in the previous games and in DDD. And flow motion was first introduced to Kingdom Hearts in DDD, so of course they're going to put it in Kingdom Hearts 3 afterwards, so that was a no-brainer. But overall, I thought this game was very, very good, but it just could not, in my opinion, stand up to what I'm used to. And Kingdom Hearts 2 was like the greatest, the perfect example of what I think Kingdom Hearts should be, but that's just my 2 cents. But by itself, Kingdom Hearts 3 is good, and I do recommend it to people that may be interested in Kingdom Hearts, but I don't really, but at the same time, I don't want you to like be like, this is Kingdom Hearts, because most of the stuff in Kingdom Hearts 3 is Kingdom Hearts 3 exclusive, like Keyblade transformations, attraction flow rides. You don't expect that in the previous games, because none of that was in the previous games. You had just regular combos, magic, you had to dodge, all those kinds of things. And it does a great job of actually doing that. I mean, the attraction flow rides feel very fun. They look very awesome. They deal a lot of damage to Heartless and Nobodies. But again, I just think I just feel like I was just going through the motions with this game, and I was just trying to I feel like I was hurrying to the end, and I was just trying to just check off a list, you know. And that's just not how I want to feel when I'm playing such a beloved game. You know, this is a big deal. Kingdom Hearts 3 was a big deal. But overall, like I said, I think the cutscenes were great. All the voice actors did a great job, and don't get me started on the graphics. The graphics is just out of this world. Oh my gosh, but it is crisp. I don't care what PlayStation you're playing it on, you're gonna get a great taste of what Square Enix can do in 2019 with Kingdom Hearts, and it's just mind blowing. Especially the world of Corona. Tangle World. That Tangle World looks so crisp in the forest, and the water. Oh my gosh! But I'm not gonna go there. I'll just let you play that for yourself. There will be no spoilers, so don't worry about anything vital going out into your ear holes. I'm not gonna tell you anything crazy, but I think the game honestly was very, very long. I thought it was very long. It could have been longer than Kingdom Hearts 2, honestly. But actually, I take that back, because Kingdom Hearts 2, you had to go back to the same worlds twice. And in Kingdom Hearts 3, you just stay in the same. You visit one Disney world once. You don't end up going back to it. But like I said before, I found myself just rushing through, because I didn't care too much about what the Disney characters had to offer. Nothing was really going on in those worlds. We were just kind of reliving the movies. There was nothing new going on in those Disney worlds. Everything was just carbon copies of what the movies were, like Toy Story and the Frozen world. You're doing the same stuff that was showcased in those movies. Because in previous Kingdom Hearts games, you normally they had like their own story, and in each Disney world, it had like its own private thing. Of course, they had like, you know, some scenes from the movies, but overall, you know, you could fight like the like for Mulan, you end up fighting the boss. Well, I'm not gonna use that example. One example is Beauty and the Beast, when you fight with Beast and you end up trying to save Belle. What you end up having to do is fight Heartless at the very end, or the second time you visit, you have to fight Zaldin, one of the organization members that is absent in this game, oddly enough, and you know, and so on. I thought the game honestly didn't do a great job with the Disney World lore. Like, they didn't have any lore there, didn't have any story. It was just, I felt like I was just looking at the environments and just kind of taking it all in, I guess. There wasn't much to really care about in the Disney worlds. And honestly, I thought the Toy Story world and the world with the Pirates of the Caribbean world was absolutely horrible. I hated those two worlds. They were just boring, in my opinion. I thought they really were boring, in my opinion. But that's just me. Everything else was nice, I guess. The Gummy Ship world is way expanded from what it was in Kingdom Hearts 2 and in Kingdom Hearts 1. It's way huge. You can just fly all around the galaxy, shooting, I guess, mechs and stuff like that in outer space, ships and all kinds of debris and meteors and stuff like that. It's really cool. But at the same time, again, I felt like I was just trying to go through it and just get to the next world. So it's not too big. It's not too important, I guess. And I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I think the ending was like tremendously awesome. That's what made me think that this game was really good, because I was starting to give up on this game and starting to think it was mediocre and not really all that great until the end. When you get to the end, that's when Kingdom Hearts 3 really picks up, and that's when the glory of this game is really revealed. Don't expect much to go on during the main plot of this story. There really isn't much going on. Most of the Kingdom Hearts lore is at the very end, so you're basically gonna be just trying to rush through so that you can see what's going on next. But we're ignoring a big fact right now, that there are no Final Fantasy characters in this game. Oddly enough, if you've played Kingdom Hearts 2, spoilers, Cloud has to fight Sephiroth to defeat the darkness inside of him, and he actually went off into some sort of vortex after the fight, and it was supposed to be continued through this Kingdom Hearts 3, but they didn't show up at all. Matter of fact, none of the Final Fantasy characters showed up. No Squall, Leon, no Aerith, no Yuffie, nobody. No Final Fantasy characters at all were in Kingdom Hearts 3. And I thought that was extremely weird. And also, you don't fight Pete. Like, you used to fight Pete all the time in Kingdom Hearts 2. I have no idea why they didn't implement them into the game. But, I mean, that was my biggest gripes with this game. I do like the fact that you can switch keyblades on the fly, because, I mean, that is just awesome. And matter of fact, you can equip 3 at one time. And I always kept the the classic Kingdom Key in my arsenal, because that's just very classic, and you gotta have that, you know. But I'm not gonna spoil anything. Just play the game. This is really for long-time fans, but I mean, if you're new, you can still play it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video with everybody that you know. That's Kingdom Hearts, people. See you guys in the next one. Hey guys, as I was recording this video, I thought of a great idea. Maybe there was no Final Fantasy characters because there was no visit to the Hollow Bastion or even Radiant Garden, and that's mainly where most of the Final Fantasy characters would show up. I didn't really see them much where else other than the Olympus world with Zack, since at least Birth by Sleep. So maybe that's it. So that's just a train of thought, I guess. See ya.